Good morning, I'm Brian Davis, the amateur cook with time on his hands. Yesterday I uploaded baked cheesy eggs, apparently one of Prince Charles's favourite brunch dishes. And I said in a week's time I'd work on that recipe again. Although it tasted quite good, I thought I could improve it. Well, last night I got to thinking, why don't I do it this morning? So I'm going to make a new take on the recipe. It's going to be a bit more spicy, more tomato in it. It's maybe something that Prince Harry and Prince William would make if they were asked to change the dish. I'm also going to make, on the theme of cheese and save British cheese, cheesy crumpets. So we're going to make crumpets from scratch and then just finish them off with a little bit of mustard and some cheddar cheese and put them under the grill. I tried them last night. I already know they taste great. So we're going to knock this one out pretty quick. So quickly through the ingredients. We'll start with the crumpets first. I've got 150 grams of flour and half a teaspoon of white table salt. To that I'm going to add 200 millilitres of water to make the batter. And we've got here 1 teaspoon of yeast, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, to which we're going to add some water to start the yeast off just for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to add it to our batter. To the baked cheesy eggs version 2. I've got a different bowl I'm going to try, and I'm going to make it double. So I'm going to bake off 2 eggs in one dish. So I've got 200 grams of chopped spinach. I've got 80 grams of sliced onions. I thought I'd slice the onions and cook them off to give a bit more texture to the dish. 2 cloves of garlic. I've doubled the amount of cherry tomatoes and I've kind of cut them a bit smaller. Okay, so we've got 8 cherry tomatoes. A friend of mine commented yesterday, he sent me a WhatsApp and said, "It's really great, Brian, but I don't like Stilton." So Nigel, I'm using soft goat's cheese today for you. That's 70 grams, and I'm using 70 grams of English cheddar, which is again double what was on the original recipe. I've got 180 grams of cheese, and I've put 1.5 tablespoons of mustard powder in there just to spice it up. I've increased the Worcester sauce to 1 tablespoon, and then we've got a good amount of basil, which we'll just sprinkle off. The amount of basil I'll leave up to you. Okay. I forgot to mention this recipe for crumpets was given to me by my friend Steve. It's based on a recipe released by Warburton's, big baker in the UK. I've tried this recipe and I found what Warburton's gave wasn't absolutely on the spot on, we can say, right? So I've modified this a bit in that I leave the dough for 20 minutes instead of 15 minutes. I use 50 grams for each crumpet. I'm using 100mm or 4-inch molds, and I cook them on electric 5 for 7 minutes, which is a little bit longer than was suggested in the original recipe. But that, I find, gets them cooked nearly all the way through, just ready to finish on the grill. So here we go. We want to get lots of air into this dough. So in we go with our water. So I've blitzed that now. I'm just going to encourage some more air into it by whisking it. In with my yeast, you can see what's happened there. It's really started to go. That's the effect of the yeast and the baking powder, because we want air voids to form in our crumpets. That's a key thing of crumpets. Get that in. Get lots of air in. We want lots of air into our mix. That's ready to go, so I'm going to leave that for 20 minutes. We'll come back and start cooking our crumpets. But while we're waiting for the crumpet batter to rest and rise, we'll get on with doing the eggs. So first we're going to prepare the spinach. I'm hoping these will give a nice texture as well as taste to the spinach. So when you bite into it, you get more than just the sogginess, I want to say, of the spinach. Put the garlic in as well. Some salt. And now we don't want these. We just want them soft. A bit of black pepper. And that's really just where I want them to be, just nice and soft. Then with the spinach, we're going to put that down. Starting to go now. Just starting going with the Worcester sauce. Worcestershire sauce, as the Americans call it, Worcester sauce, as I call it. Smell of Worcester sauce, I can smell it. Nice. Turn that off, and that's our spinach ready to go. Okay, I'm actually going to use this little sieve because I don't want all that juice in the bottom going into my spinach. I want them a little bit drier, so I'm actually going to there we go. Just get a lot of that juice out. I did notice yesterday there was quite a bit. I thought there was too much juice in the spinach when I ate the dish. Right, we'll build the dish now. As I said, I'm going to use 2 eggs. I apologise, when I went through my list of ingredients, I completely forgot about the eggs. But I guessed that you would understand because the dish is called baked cheesy eggs, so eggs do have to appear in it. And I'm trying this bowl now, which I think will be good for doing 2 eggs. So we're going to do 1 egg at each end, plump it down, then we'll make our well for the eggs. So that goes. Let's get the egg in there. Yeah. And I'm going to put the tomatoes on. I've doubled up on the tomatoes from yesterday's recipe, so really what I'm trying to achieve is you get a bite of tomato in every spoonful or forkful. That's all. I'm just going to push that all down slightly. There we go. And with our Welsh cheese, it's nice and soft. And on with our mustard cream. And top it off with the cheddar cheese. There we go, that looks pretty good. Finish it off with a little bit black pepper. That's going to go in the oven for 10 minutes, 180 degrees C, and then I'm going to finish it off under the grill just to brown it. Okay, while the eggs are baking in the oven, we'll get on with the crumpets. Over here I've got my tawa or flat frying pan. It's got a nice thick base, so I've had it on here for about 15 minutes on electric Mark 5, just getting heated up. I've got two 4-inch molds in the centre. I could possibly put one more on, but I found cooking two at a time I can control everything. So we're going to put 50 grams of batter in each one. So the first thing I'm going to do is just put this in, empty out some batter, and I've got that there residual, so I know when I empty that, that's going to be left in. I'm going to zero that there, and I want 50 grams of batter for each one. A little bit messy, but it doesn't matter if it's 54, so there we go. And that one goes in there. And at this time, I start timing my timer for 7. That's just so I can keep an eye on it. I know at electric Mark 5, the bottom isn't going to burn. Okay, and if we come up onto the crumpets now, we'll leave those for 7 minutes, and you can see the air bubbles already starting to form. 3.5 minutes, and you can see now the crumpets are starting to rise. They're starting to release the air, and we're getting those nice voids inside the crumpet, which crumpets are famous for. Minutes to go. I can actually start to take these out of the mould. These moulds were greased, as you can see, so they just slide out. Don't worry too much if the top isn't fully cooked, because we're going to finish these under the grill after they've stove baked. The tops still could do with another minute, so I'm going to leave them another minute before I take them off the pan. There we go, another minute. We'll just take that off, put it on there. Just want to have a look underneath. In fact, I'm going to give that another minute, so we will have been 9 minutes altogether. Okay, those are about done now. I'm going to take them off, just pop them in here and cook up the remainder. It's out of that batch, there they are. I put them into a dish. I put butter on the bottom, just white butter over it. I'm now going to put them under the grill for probably 2 to 3 minutes. You just keep an eye till the top's fully. Now in England, what we would do then would just take them out of the oven, whack a load of butter on top, and we'd eat them like that. But today I'm going to do that without. I'm not going to put the butter. I'm just going to put grated cheddar cheese on, put them under the grill again, and we'll give those a try. I had the crumpets under the grill for just over 6 minutes. I would have left them for 7 minutes if I was just going to put butter on them, but I'm going to make these cheesy. So what we do, we get some Dijon mustard, just spread a thin layer. I find the Dijon mustard with cheddar in particular really enhances the flavour when it's grilled. This plate's still quite hot, so I'm being a bit careful. And then on with grated cheddar cheese. You can use any cheese that you like to grill with. Red Leicester. You could use Stilton. You could use a combination of Stilton and cheddar. Hard goat's cheese. Okay, back into the grill. I think 2 minutes should do it. We'll be back in a minute where we'll taste the eggs and the crumpets. This is actually my breakfast today, so we're going to serve this up. Nice colour on the top this time. And on the side. Oh, there's the egg. Oops. I did mess that one up. Okay, first up, let's taste the eggs. Definitely doing the onions the way I did works. Putting the English mustard in the cream works. Using the goat's cheese works. So, yeah, a good modification to the original recipe. Yeah, better than yesterday, for sure. I think if I put cold cuts in, it would have even been better. And there we have our cheesy crumpets. So, another idea where to use British cheese. Remember, hashtag save British cheese. Right, coming up for the taste test. So let's try this. Who would have guessed making crumpets is so easy? And with the addition of some British cheddar cheese, it really makes them spectacular. So here's another dish to help save British cheese. Hashtag save British cheese. Thanks for watching. My name's Brian Davis, the amateur cook with time on his hands, saving British cheese.